Good morning, game changers. Welcome to the end game. I have a very important message today about the full moon and what you're experiencing right now as we speak. Well, it was at least when I recorded this video. My name is Juniper Bloom Mystique. I am an Ascension Master, Master Healer, and Divine Guide. I am the one who brought about this ascension. The thing is no matter what, it is up to you to see the proof that I place. It is up to you to keep an open heart and not to judge. Because what you find yourself in right now is the return of Christ. It was all a part of my own awakening, is which we are all experiencing that at this time, is some form of an awakening. At least you're supposed to be. In bringing about the ascension, I almost died. We almost didn't make it. And my original twin flame did die. Now, I did a video yesterday about twin flames because Spirit wanted me to. Everything I do is because it is in my heart to do it, or God wants me to say it. And believe me when I tell you they are paying attention to what you are paying attention to. Because this is the end of ways. This is the end of us not hearing God. This is the end of us mocking God and throwing haste in its place. This is the end of judgment and inequality and pain and suffering in every way. And you are either taking a part of that or you are going the other way. Now, Spirit informed me the other day that there were going to be scorpions. I posted that I had a dream about scorpions. There were 4 of them, and in a place that was hidden in my safety zone. And sure enough, one by one, after I did an invocation of protection, they have been showing their faces. It is unfortunate, though, that people choose to judge rather than do the research or what it takes to understand what's really going on. Because the things that I say to you are not made up. I have felt them. They have been a whole entire part of my journey. Things I didn't expect to happen. I would have given anything to just be a mom like I was. But at the same time, I'm very proud of what I have survived, because what I did was survive attacks upon attacks upon attacks, all while I was doing the work to bring about the ascension, ended up on my own. And I was not supposed to be on my own. For what you guys are forgetting or seem to not understand, that Christ is masculine and feminine. Jesus was not just Jesus. He was Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Adam was not just Adam. He was Adam and Eve. Eve was not just Eve. She was Eve and Adam. Sekhmet was not just Sekhmet. She was Sekhmet and Horus. Now, I post videos of workshops that are my vulnerabilities because that's when these things happen to and through me. And if you're truly paying attention, they are very painful, they are miraculous, and I didn't see them coming. I never did. I never understood what was happening to me all the way through and until the end. But I can't make people see. I can't make people stop judging. And I can't make people do the work to get to the new earth. Because in truth, less than you know is going to make it. Through choice of their own, through choice of not seeing love, not seeing through the lens of love. So, being that I am the one who brought it about, when you bring judgment my way, what do you think does that? What do you think that does to you and the entire collective whole? Because in truth, we're all connected. The way God works, the way spirituality works, is in the ethereal. It's all around you. It's in you, and it's what allows your heart to beat and allows your breath to move and function and keep you alive. You cannot exist without that. The existence in which you will seek without God is not one you truly may want. Trust me, it hurts. I know because I had to go into the depths of hell to save my DM soul. And once I did save his soul, he still chose against God. I cannot help that. God picked another DM, was supposed to be a very beautiful soul, was supposed to not be afraid of love, and was supposed to step up in every way. Unfortunately, after my original DM died over a year ago, I was supposed to unite with my new DM so that we can unite Jesus and Mary Magdalene. That is the whole purpose of it. God showed you what the return of Christ was. And for some reason, that is hard for people to understand, and I can't see why. They're at least not open to experiencing what it is that I say. Because if you actually work with me or watch from beginning to end these videos that I post repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly, how can you see the truth? You're in judgment in every way. These things took me 4 years to bring about. It didn't happen in one day. But let me tell you, I assure you, I changed the whole entire planet in which you find yourself on in 4 years. What took them lifetimes to create? All the suffering, all the division, all the hate, and all the pain. And that is what we are getting rid of, my friends. You cannot be in judgment. You cannot be in hatred and in suffrage. And if you are reflecting that, it is because it is reflection of you. And that is what this moon is about, is a reflective moon. Now I have a message about the moon and a few cards I'm going to pull, but really, really quickly, I'm going to show you something because I felt judgment come my way the entire day yesterday. Now, again, I can't make the DM step up because believe me, I truly wish I could. Because he's choosing not to, he's hurting many people, not just himself, including me. And I've been hurt enough. I was hurt by my own DM. I'm hurt by a lot of people, and including the new one. And unfortunately, it's been a rough journey for him as well. So that's what you guys don't realize, is this is not an easy journey. Okay? What I have done is not an easy journey. Now, just a second, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you where to find these things, because if you're truly paying attention, rather than just being in judgment, maybe this woman has something to say. Maybe what she's talking about is not crazy. Who activates pyramids? Do you know anybody else that talks about activating pyramids, clearing Mount Shasta, freeing Jesus's soul, uniting the twin flames? But you see, people like to hear the word died, but they don't want to hear what God has to say through my mouth, and they're not realizing who I am. So all I'm asking is for you to see through the lens of the lens of love and not the lens of judgment. But again, you're not just hurting me, you're hurting everyone. So again, here's my Ascension playlist. This entire channel, though, has over 500 videos on them, and every single one of them is pertinent to the process of the Ascension in which I brought about. Because what I do is I channel message from Spirit. I use cards at times to do that when they ask me to do that. I channel them freely, writing them down as I go. Everything I do is that. I talk about these paintings that just came through me and to me, which only this one I did back here, and I've never been a painter until I had my awakening. These things were not my normal menagerie. This was part of my own awakening. Okay. So again, the rising of Christ, I freed his soul. I thought that was the return, and oh boy, it was not. Okay. Cleared Mount Shasta. What does that mean? I talk about that in all of these videos that I post. But again, people would rather judge than watch the truth. I talk about Fiji. What did I do in Fiji? I activated a pyramid that's underwater there, and it took my life to do it. I got an enlarged heart activating all of these pyramids. So you guys don't realize, okay? And there's scars that I have on my body because of it. The doctors are like, how did that happen? And I'm like, well, you're a doctor, right? Then I activated the Sphinx, which you don't realize is actually named Horus Rising. And they told me I was Sekhmet and my DM is Horus all the way when I activated Ecuador, the pyramid there. But look at this. Barely anybody watches. I can say this until I'm blue in the face, but oh my, do you think people really care? Some do. Okay. This was the day my DM died over a year ago. But if you're actually watching my video, the attack played out on my channel. We united a bit way through my journey. Okay. I activated pyramids. First, I started raising Atlantis. Then I freed Jesus's soul. Nope. Raising Atlantis. Then I cleared Mount Shasta, and then we cleared Jesus's soul. I saw him die, and I processed his death, which was not on a cross. This is why this is the return of Christ, and this is why this is the end of ways, is because so many people have mocked and hurt each other and God. Clearing Mount Shasta. In this one, I undo contracts all the way back to Abraham Lincoln. Lots of things come through in these videos, but you actually have to watch and listen, and not through the lens of judgment. I couldn't make these up if I tried. If I did, my IQ must be through the roof, let me tell you, because I didn't see the shit coming. And you can see me change physically, spiritually, and in understanding the whole entire way. Fiji is the portal of God. Okay, it was the root chakra, and it was commandeered and placed in Mount Shasta, and that is where they would create bloodshed all along the way, because that is what kept it low. They stole Jesus's soul, and you guys didn't even realize that. I eliminated the false concept of time. I eliminated the false light negative pull on the moon, and this is many, many more than just this. I showed you that before too. Also, in my path to righteousness, and I forgot to show you guys this last time, is there is a karmic cleanse that I do. I draw your karma to the surface, because in order to make it through the gates all of the way, you have to heal your entire karma contracts, which all of you have. And some of us got rid of them due to certain souls that were doing that in the energy, quote unquote, healing your contracts, quote unquote, bypassing your karma. That is not of God. You cannot do that. For the end of times is you reap what you sow. Okay, so in order to get through the gates and pass through all the way through to the gates of heaven, the ones that have gone through all of my stuff have gotten to. Okay, you have to completely raise your shadow out of your soul, the individual and collective, which I show you part on that on my channel too. Okay, this one right here is the collective shadow. In this one, again, I take somebody out of their, I remove souls from individuals that shouldn't belong. All right. Took us into 7D. In this one, I talked about my DM. If you're actually watching these, my DM becomes part of the journey, and I didn't see it coming. If you look back on my entire channel, there's plenty channeled messages from Spirit talking to my DM, and I didn't even see it coming at first. Okay. My final message to my DM, David, see, I was being attacked. As soon as I united with him, it was a very painful journey, and one that I did not want to be a part of, because it hurt so bad and I almost died. The only reason I lived is because I shared my light through my Alchemy Academy, was teaching people how to heal, and I was so blessed to be able to have somebody heal me through that. And I wasn't exactly alone. I created strength in me I didn't even know I had. Do you understand? Twin flame relationship healing, union, guided meditation. I didn't know these were coming. Okay. And at the same time, I was doing the ascension work all by myself. So is it my fault the DM doesn't seem to care about God? No, I did. And I listened to God every way, all along the way. And if you're throwing judgment my way, it's because you're not listening and diligently watching everything that I've posted. Because if you do, it's going to blow us all away. Like, these things blew my mind as they were happening to me and through me, and it was quite painful. Then I found out who I was, who are the 144,000 in my twin flame. I'm the leader of them. So was my DM. Okay. What you don't realize now is my new DM even hurts me to this day. And it's probably been a hard journey for him too, because since he didn't show, it's again been a battle on me. And so it's painful, and it should be love. We were supposed to change the blueprint of love. And I keep praying every day that the new DM will step into that for all of you. Okay. The return of Christ was right here. It played out. I didn't see it coming. This is not just me talking about them. Okay. This is a workshop, again, that I did where God actually married me and my DM and filled him with Christ's light. And he tried to come on my birthday and almost died. Follow the false goddess. This is what Adam chose, not Eve. Info about the attack on my soulmate and me. DM message and twin flame progress for reunion. It was a battle. It was quite a battle that I did and that I survived through. So again, if you're in judgment, I encourage you to check out my whole entire channel. Take a moment, because it just might save you. because in order to see Christ is part of what is going to get you through. Okay. Then I got a new twin flame, but I kept saying, where is my DM? Why won't he show up? I kept begging him. I kept asking. I kept fighting for him. Unconditional love, Spirit's time, not our time. I won't give up on him. Okay. What does it mean for my DM to no longer be and a walk in to replace him? Not what I want. Okay. Because it hurt. And then I was scared that the new DM wouldn't show up. And wouldn't you know, he didn't. Okay. This was the day he died. And I was blessed because the attack was going to stop on me. And I was going to be able to unite the twin flames. Okay. Twin flames will unite by me, but I didn't know what that meant. Then came Christmas time. And on Christmas time, I did it by myself. Now I know what it meant to unite the twin flames, which was this one right here. It was a live workshop on Christmas Day on this channel. Twin flames united, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and I undid the false Holy Grail. It was not a Holy Grail at all. It was a contract written in my DM's blood, in Jesus's blood. I undid all of that, and it was quite painful, and I was shocked it was even coming. I didn't even see it coming. I was working the crisis line at the time, and I had to call off work because people don't support me. They just judge me. I don't have a paid channel. This is not a gain for me. This has been quite painful. So I encourage you to stop the judgment and watch the work I actually did. Because if you don't, it may leave you empty and not wanting to go where you're going to go. Okay? Ascension moon, anchoring the moon. Okay? Ascension phase, solar eclipse elimination, phase 1. You don't realize that what they did to the sun and the moon was the time of Sekhmet and Horus. What they did to Adam and Eve was the time the false goddess took over. And what they did to Jesus and Mary Magdalene was a very painful journey. Mount Shasta part 2, only 31 views. People don't watch. But when I say, hey, it's the end, they'll watch that. But when I say God has something to say, they don't watch that. Why? Why? Because you don't believe. Because you're in judgment and you're not watching the proof. And all I ask is that you watch the proof. Because only those who can see through the lens of love and through God can stay here. And maybe you found me in order to heal. Now I'm going to give you the message about this full moon, because it is a full moon right now as I'm making this video. Something important is coming tonight. I have a workshop that I have to do. I don't have to do anything. I chose this because I love God. Anything God puts in my heart, I diligently work hard to bring it through. That's what I have done the entire time. That's what makes me different from most of you. It doesn't matter what came my way to stop me, whether it be money or fear or loneliness or homelessness. God would just say, let it go. It's okay. Do this. And I would say, okay. God would say, quit smoking pot. And I was addicted. And I said, okay. And I worked so hard to do it. So hard, but it wasn't just my addiction I was pushing through. It was my DMs. My new DM doesn't know who I am fully, doesn't know the true meaning of my heart, has never spent a moment talking to me or getting to know me or why God chose him. People continually mock God, and I don't know why. But what I can tell you is the ascension is the return of Christ, and it is very, very, very real. Now, tonight I have a workshop for this full moon. This full moon is about reflections, reflecting your truth back at you. There is a channeled message I channeled right before I came on. And it's from Malachi. They are saying, and Metatron. Metatron is actually the king of the Merkabah. My workshop tonight is a timeline shift, so be prepared. A final reflection of what you know to be true. All reality is and will continue shifting right in front of you. You do not have to believe Watch the proof that is already in front of you. Time is ending. Is it for you? Pay attention to the details this energy is reflecting for you. We already know what you think, feel, and do. Timeline is shifting today. Only those who carry love, not judgment, can stay. He who casts the first stone shall be the casted. And I spoke of Revelations the other day, and I showed you exactly how it aligned with the work that I did because Spirit wanted me to. You know the part in Revelations where it says it's the bride? The bride, it returns in the form of a bride. They're not metaphors. It's real. I was returned. I woke up. I started healing the earth. I started waking up my DM. I fought diligently for his soul. I fought against all these fallen angels' attacks, which were quite painful, mind you. I've had blood clots break free and go to my brain. I had an enlarged heart after I activated the pyramids. And the attack from my twin flame hurt so very bad. He tried to take my soul and put it into a fallen angel. I was wailing in the middle of the night in front of my whole entire neighborhood and my kids at that time. So if you think what I have done is all a ruse just to get views, you're wrong. This moon is about reflecting truths, allowing you to step up into your own power and to speak the truth no matter what may come upon you. To be the truth, to let go of what does not serve you or God, and to be strong in doing so, because you never know truly how strong you are until you allow it to go. I didn't know how strong I was, and I surely didn't know I was going to be able to survive what I survived. But because I hung on and I believed in God and I didn't want to lose my kids, I did everything I had to do. And in that time, I realized what I was doing and what it means for you. It is not my job to force people to pay attention or to care or to stop judging me, but I feel it every day. And yesterday I posted a video about the twin flames and I felt energy coming my way that, oh, he didn't die. She doesn't know what she's talking about. He did, because when my original twin flame died, I no longer feel like the same person. He used to send me a lot more love than this new one does. He used to do a lot of different things. It's a different person. It's not the same person. I'm glad the attacks are not happening, but to be honest, I miss the love. My new DM still didn't step up, and I don't know why. Doesn't want me to hear songs, doesn't want me to feel him. And that doesn't just hurt me, it hurts all of you. So we need to be honest with ourselves. We need to understand what's going on and why we are so afraid to be whole within ourselves and to align with God. Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid to be real? Why are you afraid of other people's judgments? Because judgments are not of God. So if people throw judgments at you, pray for them. Send healing their way and continue to be you, because they may not make it through. And if you don't step up, they may never too. Maybe they will never see that judgments are not of God and that it's hurtful. And the new earth is going to be filled with nothing but love. It's the Garden of Eden. This is what I've shown you that I've done. And that's one of the portals that I brought through. For if you're truly watching the videos, I've shown you repeatedly all of the work that I have done, which took me 4 years to do. And I have people constantly in the energy throwing judgment back at me. You think all I want is money? I got a flat tire this weekend. It's still sitting in my driveway. I can't fix it. I don't have a man in my life. I called my brother. He didn't show up. My son lives an hour away. I don't have anybody here that can help me. So if you think I'm making this up, think again. I go to a job every day that's not in my heart center because people don't want to see the truth. What I speak about is just not frou-frou-y and false angel beliefs and bullshit that I want to fill you with. It's truth. It's truth. It's messages from God. It's truth. So you can either see the truth and get out of judgment in every way and do the work God calls you to do, or you can anchor into that darkness. Because my friends, I do everything God asked me to do, and I will continue to do it, and I will pray for all of you, and I will continue providing the path, even if judgments are reflected back at me from any of you. That is okay. I'm here to help you heal it. The rest is up to you. So in this full moon, it is a final reflection of what you know to be true. The world and reality is going to change, and it is changing right in front of you. We need to surrender some things. So I pulled the surrender cards. Do I need the cards? No, but I like them. I say this all the time. I like them. I made my own deck of cards. I have 2 of them actually. So it is very real. God is also spiritual. Surrender to the silence. Surrender to the silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal or replenish you. This is important at this time because you can't hear God in the chaos. You can't hear God in the mind. It's in the heart. Judgment is here. It is wounded in you. It is your job to heal through that so you can hear clearly the words God speaks to you. Surrender to silence. Calm the mind, calm the heart, and stay in stillness every day. I meditate diligently. This is why I create Hertz music. I just can't make people see what I do. Surrender comparisons with other people. Again, judgment, right? Isn't that what I've been talking about? Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. This is an inward journey, and I keep saying that. Those around you will try to sway you because they're all in their shadow. And unless they're all healing it diligently, which I had somebody come to me going, we're all healing, Bree. And again, she's not watching the videos that I keep posting. She's never worked with me. She's never done an ascension work with me. She's never gone through a portal with me. People can judge all they want. They can think it's frou-frou-y. They can think it's nothing. That's up to them. If you are silent and you go within, it's easier for you to hear God and to follow that co-creative path because that is your path through to righteousness. Surrender the drama. The moment you let other people sway you, the moment you tell other people, this is what I want to do, they're going to sway you. That's the shadow. Okay. And our relationships generally are etched in our karma. It's your job to see through that and to let go of that and not worry about judgment. Because if you let other people's judgments sway you, you anchor into their judgment. And it's time to surrender drama. Surrender drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Stay centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. Okay? Don't play into it. Just bring love. This moon is about reflecting your truths and allowing you to see on a very deep level what needs to be let go. And if you share your journey with others, it's like telling them, hey, this is what I want to manifest. Then you throw a wrench in the energy. Things like jealousy, things like manipulation, things like fear, things like ego all come into play. These energies, we're all energy. And everybody has wounds to heal. If you think they don't, think again. Nobody is perfect. Everybody has healing to do. Everybody has something to recognize. Even my DM, the chosen one, my second one, which was very real, the moment that I felt my original DM's heart stop, it was so painful, so painful. Then they took the soul out of him. Now the part of him that was David stayed and went to something else. He went backwards in time. I don't know what he became. I don't know where it went. This is not normal. And the part that was the twin flame went into my new DM. There was no trauma, I don't think, involved, other than his reality shifted completely. But he's still partly him. And I could feel the song change. The song changed to, I think it was a Michael Jackson song. All the darkness was gone, right? And then I felt things different. And then it took a while to acclimate and get used to this new person. And then we had to exchange DNA. So there's so much of this journey you don't understand. My journey is not normal. But the problem people face is they're not willing to slow down and do some time to feel things, to see things, to process them. Everybody wants instant gratification and instant proof. And Spirit says, don't worry. That will come too. But are you sure that's what you want? Because it may be too late for you. Don't be in judgment, my friends. Reflect love. The journey is not normal. And your karmic contracts are all around you. Those were karmic relationships. Your parents probably are, your siblings could be, even your loved ones, like boyfriend and girlfriend and things like that, or even your husband and wife. So you must be very careful. So God is asking you to trust in him, to have faith in him, to surrender to the silence of your heart, to surrender comparisons with other people. It is an inward journey only, not an outward one. The moment you invite other energies in, their energy may not be reflecting of yours. You may be healing and they may not, so they may knock you backwards a few gates. But if you can go within and keep healing you, you're not leaving anybody behind, because what we do is we affect each other. When we heal ourselves, we heal those we're connected to as well, or at least we give them the option to in kind, because that's how energy works. Okay. So for this full moon, something's coming tonight. I have a workshop. In this workshop, we are aligning to more planetary systems within the galaxy, because I told you I took us into 7D. That is more complex than you know. It took me a lot to take us into 7D, from activating a dormant chakra system within the Earth, to a new galaxy, to bringing in new planets and the alignment of our own. So they're expanding. And when this happens, I have to stop time. When that happens, we switch timelines. So tonight, at 5 o'clock my time, Mountain Standard Time, I will be doing this workshop, but the entire reflective moon is already reflecting upon you. It's meant to draw out emotions and truths and to reflect them back at you. So it may come at you from people and places. And if you're not in your heart center, God is going to let you know. Okay, because once you even pass through the gates, you're not clear of lessons to learn. You're just clear of karma. Okay, you must reflect from your heart center and only from there. If we are not heart-centered, if we are not pure of the heart and centered and aligned with the heart, that is where the muck floats, okay? These gates will kick your karma back at you. And if you're not healed enough and you can't see it enough, there's where you're stuck. So tonight, I am integrating new planets and something else. They're not fully telling me everything, but they never do. This one's happening through Patreon. If you want to join me, join me. There's nothing stopping you. It's not that expensive. You just have to join my Patreon, the highest tier. I do have that too. And there's a few people in there, because those are the ones who are willing to say, you know what? Some of the stuff she says is like really real. Some of it's out of the way, out of the like realm of understanding, but they step in, they do a one-on-one session with me. They do one workshop and they're like, oh my God. And they start healing. Once they start healing, their whole reality shifts and they realize it's very real. Okay. But it takes a lot for people to get there sometimes. So if you want to join me, join me. There's nothing to say you can't. You can absolutely join this workshop. However, in this workshop, we are going to be aligning new planets and opening up new chakras within the system. We are not going to be just a 7-layer base chakra anymore on the inside. It is expanding more and more every time. Those who have gone through all of my stuff have more chakras than all of you. Okay. I have a lot of chakras. That's who I am. I'm not normal. I'm a direct descendant. I'm what they call the supreme being. If you watch me clear the Nile, you'll see that too. They called me the Queen of Life, supreme being, yada, yada, right? And then I dried up the Nile. And the last workshop I did where the earth died, the next day, the sky turned blood red. Did you guys see that? They called it the Holy Grail of Northern Lights. I was like, oh, snap. Because when I dried up the Nile, there was a river that turned blood red as well in Japan from a beer plant spill. And so they're showing you guys everything that I have done, and it's all on my channel. And again, here is a card. You can only see reflections of others. Okay. You can only see reflections in others that already exist within you. And I told you, this moon is all about the reflective moon. You can only see reflections in others that already exist within you. Okay. And this came out yesterday with the twin flames too. But again, most people didn't watch that. And if you think the twin flame messages aren't for everybody, you're wrong, because they are. Because God is a masculine and a feminine. Jesus and Mary Magdalene, Sekhmet and Horus, and Adam and Eve. And if you really watch what I do, those are the lifetimes that I was playing out and clearing, and I had no idea what I was doing until the end. I had no idea it was a part of my awakening. Do you understand? So I keep telling people is you never know what your purposes are. You never know where you're supposed to go with it. People don't follow the nudges far enough and heal enough to find those. And those that have realized that, holy shit, I didn't know I was a part of that. I didn't see that coming. I didn't know that was going to happen. Because at first you can't see them. Okay. This is the road less traveled. This is the road less traveled. That is why at times we can and be and feel so alone. Okay. This is the road less traveled. Not many people will walk it. That is why at times we can be and feel so alone. Not to mention we are supposed to reflect inward, not outward. Remember? Because others are not in the same energetic wave. So when you start going through these, their karma will try to stop you. Their shadow will try to stop you. That's part of your karma. That's where things have stopped you before. And it's up to you. I see this happen repeatedly, repeatedly, repeatedly. And again, if you think it's about a pyramid scheme, I had somebody come here and say that. I'm not rich from this at all. I have been suffering for 3 or 4 years because money was dirty. Do you understand? And people judge. I am not, I do all of these things. I do healings for people. I give things away. I do courses. I do this. I do that. People want the free messages. But if you think for a second that all these people are throwing money at me, you're wrong. Some do. The other day, I got a beautiful $50 donation from somebody who watches diligently, cares deeply, can see clearly, and apparently has never worked with me, but I help them feel calm. So that was random and beautiful. And for that, I'm thankful for. But I keep getting these energies thrown at me that, oh, this is a scheme. And oh, she just wants money. And oh, what fame do I want from this? Because in truth, when I show these things, people reflect their judgment right back at me. And that's what most of you are afraid of owning your truth for, is other people's judgments. So that is why it is a road less traveled, because it takes strength you didn't know you had, but I promise you, you do. Stop letting others stop you. Stop letting your fear stop you, and surely don't let money stop you. This is the road less traveled. That is why at times we can and be and feel so alone. You can only see the reflections in others that already exist within you. Super important to surrender the drama. Don't play into it. Love, love, love. Surrender to silence and calm the mind, for that is the place that you will see and hear God. And then I had this one hiding, and I'm going to show it. They want me to. It was like hiding underneath this deck. Surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Okay. We always have expectations that things should be a certain way. And then when they're not, it's like we think we failed, or we think nobody's listening, or nobody cares. And God's the whole time is sitting here going, just because you wanted it this way, I had a better plan for you. Surrender because I had a better plan for you. So tonight it is a timeline shift for all of you. I will be adding in new planetary systems, which a lot of people do not align with. So it is an elimination wave of energy, but it is also a reflective one in a very big way. Okay. The full moon is meant to reflect what you need to release in a very deep, deep manner, because time, this is like the final reflections. It's going to end, my friends. You aren't going to be able to do this forever. Okay. We have a short period of time to heal, to see, to release, and to be, and to come into unconditional love. And if we cannot do that, that is on you. But the time is not forever. Okay. Protection cave. This talks about going into the earth, having your own sanctuary, having your own space, and seeing the changes, knowing that you are bigger than you think you are. And sometimes it takes silence. So there's a lot of silence being reflected here that's needed. Yep. And clarity mountain. Okay. Again, silence, stillness, go within, anchor into the earth, allow things to reflect for you, allow you to see the truths, because that is the only way you're going to be able to release them. The moon wants to reflect things for you. And if we can't silence the mind and calm the energy down enough, we can't see them, we can't feel them, we can't heal them, we can't release them. Use the earth to help you, okay? Do what you need to do. Don't worry about what others say and do or expect of you, because that could be your downfall. And if you don't rise besides that, because that is what God says is needed, don't worry about others' judgments. You do you. If you can rise regardless, then they have permission to rise too. This is one of the final reflective moons. A very big one, my friends. And we are shifting planetary systems. So when that happens, I stop time. When that happens, timelines shift. And it affects you either way. So make sure you're connecting to the earth. Make sure you pay attention to the reflections that are reflecting upon you from others. And make sure you understand that this road is less traveled. Most people won't go. And if you don't rise, those around you can't either. It's not about telling them here. It's about you doing you. So much love to all of you. I hope you have an amazing day. And for those joining me in my workshop tonight, it's going to be a fun ride. They won't tell me everything. They never do. So we will see what's coming. So much love. Have a beautiful day.